the other side has. I've been trying to attend such conferences for quite some time. Somehow every time it gets postponed, and at least I'm glad it comes. Today I am really glad. It gives me immense pride to stand before you on this occasion because of various things we have done in the last few months, 8 months, 1 year. And all this has not been possible. I think enough ministers told, not have been possible without the complete dedication of each one of you. No doubt on this. Now, very important point of our thing is, we are not like other service providers. We have other duties to the national duty. That's what we have a slogan always put in our bag. We exist to serve. We exist to serve. I've been asked some of the forums about the profits. I don't know how many of you were able to see some of my answers to it. BSNL is not chasing profits. We exist to serve. We bring in customer satisfaction, rationalization, the latest technologies, which in turn automatically the system will become profitable. So we don't chase profits. Profit comes to us. It's a very important step that I want each one of you. I will tell you what are the reasons behind it. The other very, very important point which I wanted to insist. BSNL is not being revived. I don't know if you have watched it. I have never told anyone BSNL is under revival. No. BSNL is not revived, it is redefined. Yeah. These are the two essential things which each one of us should keep us in our mind. When we go forward in our journey, in whatever we try to do. Now, I hope, some of these, I think most people are close doors. We have not been quoted and quoted out in press probably. Because this is an opportunity which I thought we should be very honest to each one of us. The same wavelength in which we applaud, we also should have a mirror to see where are we today, what really goes wrong. Now let me tell a few things what is happening in our present expansion. Everyone was trying to say we pushed BA 4G quickly, we brought it in record time of 8 months. Yeah, it's true. When the other operators took 3 years, we did it in 8 months to 1 year. But the reason of doing it is not for any other reason. It is our own hunger. Friends, it's not rocket science. We did not have the technology with us. We had our 2G, we had our 3G. 4G is a must, a necessity for our survival. That survival, that instinct pushed us. When I took over also, that was a very, very key thing for me. The world is moving in 60s. Only a few years just before joining of the country. As we speak, more than 200 institutions have been doing research in 6G, for which 250 crores were given by the government. We drove this project. When we are talking about 6G in India, we did not have 4G, so that really shocked. That is the reason why we put all our efforts together. Thanks to each one of you, as I rightly told, The installation of this was not happen only by TCS areas. Each one of you are part of it. This has been known to all the ministers and president. You might have seen in the speeches how programs, the secretary, or the ministers were clearly telling their ambitions. Friends, the government of India has put us lot of belief in us. It is right time we should give back to the belief. Now let us go on to what is more. What are we doing today? We are commissioning our 2G, we are commissioning we are having 2G, we are 3G, we commission our 4G. Are we maintaining it? Let me give you a story. A small exercise that is silently going on in one of the circles. If we take the 2G map, our coverage map, if we take our 3G coverage map, and then if we put our 4G map, is the consumer satisfaction improved? The answer is no. Friends, you'll be surprised. I was visiting, it was a surprise visit to a CSC in Bangalore. Just we took a register, we went to a register. I asked the lady who was there, what is the common problem here? I said, yes, every day we are having at least 10 groceries. What is it? She mentioned about a particular area, I don't want to mention it, X5. And we did a bit of deep diving. We found that that particular nagar was having a 2G, 3G coverage. When you rolled out 4G, that particular nagar did not have any coverage. That is the reason these customers were going. Friends, the customers in the field or our, what we say in our own marketing terms, they are the golden meat. They tell the first time what is happening in the field. But even when they are told, due to some reasons, we have not taken care of it. When we did a deep analysis, it was nothing but rocket science. One of the antenna, one of the port was disturbed, and the port was re-put. By the time I left Bangalore, that particular area was having coverage. Friends, this is what I want. Each one of you, actually if you look back, very sure, we were our hands-on in BSNL. We have installed by our own exchanges. I'm very sure most of you are. We need to really come back. We need to take ownership. My simple task, I'm very sure, probably how many? 3,000, how many people are here? Each one of you, if you go back and tell this news to each one of the sector, can you just do a small analysis of what 2G was, what 3G is there? Can I bring it back to that level? 4G becomes extra. Our revenue will increase. This is the first important step which I want. We should take if every BTS is down, customer satisfaction goes down, which indirectly affects our revenues. The next very important, silent work that is going on was the BharatNet amendment. Friends, again, thanks to you, when I say you, I'll tell you why each one of us also indirectly, all these circles were involved. We were able to finalize tenders worth lakh of crores in 3 to 4 months' time because of each one of the reports. Our means, this time the tender was not done in Delhi. It was done across the country. We had formed 16 groups that worked across the country in ensuring we did this in our quarter. And I'm glad to say we have already awarded 12 packages out of 16 today as we speak. And work has already started in 6 of these areas. Another 6 is supposed to start, which I think MP is also one among them. BharatNet and rural connectivity is a very, very important point in BSNL's growth. If I am able to use the fiber effectively, my connection at the end could be more easy because the government pays for the connection. Now it's only I handle it at the edge, and we will be able to provide what we have a true end-to-end connectivity, which was not possible. Now, friends, there's something that is also booming around the world. The world is moving, as you all know, more on the AI. AIs and GPUs are going to really be a big stuff that is coming up. This is going to really lead to what we have: edge data centers, edge computing. And I don't think anyone other than BSNL in this country who have wide reach of so many exchanges, so many numbers, and the rural, even the GP locations, which are also we are installing a OLT, could act as the edge computing region, which we can easily become a world leader. At least in India, we can become a very important leader. Friends, this BharatNet has started. This phase of BharatNet is going to define not BSNL, even the country's digital transition.
Yes.
Having said this, I think it is the duty of each one of you to ensure that this time we do really good work, the real OFC work, real work happens. When I again insist in the real, we have been doing this OFC cable laying for ages now, a different part of the country for many years. We were one of the leaders in the country who had laid more than 6 lakh kilometers way back in 2006. But other operators have overtaken now. Let us use all the expertise and develop it. Lot of things are happening around this, which I will again come back later. What is happening that is going to really push us in a different way, apart from what we do on the data center. So, my next request to each one of you will be, whoever is involved, the BA, the OEs, wherever you are, ensure this is a one-time opportunity. We put the best. The fiber should be exactly at 1.65. The fibers laid should be proper. Ensure the quality of the work is really up to the mark. That's critical, because as we speak, I've been also talking, I think Secretary made this point very well. Right, it originated from the Irrigation sector also. The budget announced for connecting schools recently. So we are, the government, trust me, this is a true fact. The government is anxious enough to give these FTTH connections in a number of institutions. If we have a real process in place, I don't find why we should even have more than 10 lakh to 20 lakh, 15 lakh connections at least this year, only on government. That's the reason. I hope CG would have told in every CGNs. This time, we have divided CFA, the FTTH target, into two. One is home and government institutions. As we speak, we have schools with us, PhDs with us, NABARD we are signing recently, and there is at least 5-6 institutions, government institutions, who are ready to sign up, for which my GP should know. So, please don't think this BharatNet is a government project or a BBNet project. No, no. It is a blessing in disguise for BSNL. That government has given, I hope you all know the amount, more than 1 lakh crores in BharatNet ABB project, we call it, Amendment Development Project, given to BSNL, which could be effectively utilized for giving connectivity, connecting the masses. What we can say, if you are able to ensure the farmer gets the help immediately, a student in the village is able to have effective online coaching classes. The other day somebody, in fact I was with the DGNT, the National Testing Academy. They're doing a lot of testing almost. Today, you know, most of the rural students come to urban for training and testing. So the government is having a vision, can we have this testing to be done at different centers? I'm just telling what is all happening so that people should talk about that. I suggested to you, sir, there are around 700 districts across the country. Each district, we have our own buildings. I've told the teacher, we have our own BSNL building. We will make these buildings as a model testing centers. And then we will have testing conducted online. So, friends, what I'm trying to say, we are exploring different options. A real digital wave is happening in these corners to effectively make, but friends, the essence of all this lies on two essential things: customer satisfaction and how my network availability is. Let me again, because we are all as one family, I have no hesitation in sharing. I think I should not. How many of you in this room have there are close to, I can put the range, 10 to 50 videos. It is installed, commissioned, but not working for more than 1 year. You believe it? Yes, it is. Yeah, the task will be tough. One hand we say we don't have this, but still there is a long way to this. Of course, we can keep on with the other options is your enterprise business. Enterprise business, we are completely building up different scenario. We talked about 5G. We are also, while we are today, we are silently testing and experimenting 5G to be given as implementation. I think some of you. Another very, very interesting, and thanks to some of you who are working, especially in you were working in BBNW and ITBC team. We are silently working on a very, very important project. I don't want to write it down mention, which will really revolutionize connectivity across the world if we are successful. Now, friends, two very important changes we made in the last 6 months. We brought in something called the National Roaming Concept. If you are a customer, you move from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, you will be connected to any of the Wi-Fi zones automatically. Now, this is going to really pave way in a number of activities which we are going to think in future can happen. The second thing is, when we launched it, people were definitely having issues. How do we offer, I think many of you have the IFTV and the bids. We were the first to offer IFTV and BATV free of cost to our consumers. Of course, now we are again coming up with new plans, etc. So friends, as our Mr. Secretary was telling, that trust, the goodwill yes, people are. I think secretaries have told many of the secretaries. I can tell my own family, my mother, my sister, my brother, till today they are having only BSNL. Even I think my brother often grips, I know people in Pondicherry, no, the signal is not good, that is good. One day I was so vexed, I tell him, why are you doing, why don't you go somewhere? He said, no, I'm not. So what I'm trying to say is still the goodwill and trust. Because of one very important factor, again, we are also working on anti-spamming solutions. Probably in a few years, maybe 1 year or so, 2 years, we can proudly come and say, if you are having a BSNL SIM, you will not be spammed. That is the amount of work is all being done by not engineers like you sitting in BBLW and IPTCs and the zonal centers are pushing this. But still, we need to go a long way. All these experiments, while we keep going, the only thing that keeps us going is going to be our daily food. The daily food comes in BSNL centers first and revenue first. Why I'm trying to say this is, friends, we are of the assets is maybe a one-time effort. We are exploring other options. Asset is money. So how do we maximize this asset? Probably playground use. So I can't do anything. Encouraging people, think, innovate, whatever way you want. Revenue should be our first. Why I'm trying to say, a bit of revenue starts coming out. Today, unfortunately, you're on 21st. Had it been in next week, we would have known. The next year, this quarter results will be held. I'm hopeful we are going to have some. I'm hopeful. I'm not going to comment anything. Let's hope something good happens. Really good happens. Which will actually, what is happening is, we are now trying to rebuild slowly. I'm very confident because the amount of hard work which one of you have done. The revenue one, what he told, was not a very easy one. The amount of contribution each one of you did, I know my team in my office monitors by name executives as who has done what in the month of March, rightly for the revenue. And I'm thanks to you all. We achieved one of the largest revenue collections. And I am very sure, friends, trust me, this is my mom's story. You only do hard work. Don't worry about the result. If you do hard work, result comes. And I am very sure, with all these hard works, what you have done, next week also we will be in a very, very good position. I don't know. I can't tell you no one. Now, with these efforts, we are definitely on the right path of building profitability. The path to profitability is very, very clear before us. Now, when thus said, if everything is done, it's over. No, it's not so. The month of April, when we start doing an analysis, is becoming alarming. The port-out ratios are the highest in the last 6 months, in the month of April. The number of FTTH disconnections are also growing. Friends, it's time each one of us should, I think I mentioned this before, 4G enhancement, FTTH, twice. These are the pillars of BSNL. Each one of you sitting here are holding one of the pillars, or maybe even two pillars. Somebody is doing FTTH and Bharat. So I want you to push and hold this to ensure the success. And fortunately, a lot of things is happening good for me. As Secretary has also mentioned, we were able to do 4G now, we are testing 5G. Our profits are slowly improving. But still, I'm very sure next year is going to be real test because we got more than 70,000 crores in spectrum last year in March. We have installed, 25,000 crores worth of equipment. The depreciation, other costs, amortization costs will start coming in. My finance person, Director of Finance, hints me, sir, you have to get me another 2,500 crores this year. If you are not getting, I get the charge to start. Friends, this is what my humble request to each one of you. Whatever little is possible from each one of you, please contribute. Please contribute. You may be good at marketing. Please do some marketing. You may be good at technical. Please do some marketing. That's why I think I'm very sure each one of you know that we brought out a concept called own your BTS, own your OEM, own your circuits. It's true fact. Friends, take it to your heart. There may be roughly maybe around 1 lakh towers. Executives constitute to what? 29,000. So each one takes 3 towers. These 3 is my tower. I will ensure connectivity is there, cleaning is there, everything is maintained. The profits, because I will give you a very, very classic case. The mantra of revenue generation is no magic. Do the basics correct. Like in cricket, they say, do the basics correct, you will score 100. Simple. What is the basics? Ensure whatever we have given to you, uptime is more. You have a BTS. Ensure the uptime is more. My revenue. Because the customer will make profit, make money. Let me give you an example. I'm very sure somebody from UP East is around. They may be doing. UP East was one of what you see in the circle is one of the bottom circle in terms of revenue. When we took over, I told my team to select 4 circles as the champion circles. I made them champion circles. You know why? Even though they were not performing, they were the lowest in the thing. I called them champion circles to tell that, please, friends, you are the potential to become the champion, but you are low. Why? I gave them statistics. Vodafone, so much. Airtel, so much. Jio, so much. Even if you take 5% of it, you will become good. Trust me, I should congratulate the UP East. Of course, some of my team, especially Suresh, I should put up my career with. They worked hard day and night. I think, friends, you should allow them to share experiences with us. The team worked day and night. For the first time, after I think 2006 or 7, 2008, after 2008, this year, their profit, the whole year profit. Imagine a circle which was at the bottom of the pyramid becoming the topmost 10 circles which gives me profit. So what is the learning is, friends, it is very, very simple. The BTS downtime was, I'm not complaining, but in fact, the BTS downtime of UPE is about 30%. They brought it down to 10%. They got profit. Can this not be done, friends? If each one of the circles, I'm telling you today only 11 circles, the 23 are making profits. 50% of the circles are not making profits. I request all of you, whoever is there, I'm sure all of you have come from across all the circles. Go back, discuss among your team. Take it as a challenge, sir. It's not a rocket science. Take it as a challenge. And then ensure your BTSs are done. Then automatically, I'll again, like I think as I told you, I have no shame in telling what is exactly. Some of the cases, batteries were not available. I used to comment internally, meeting, but comment openly. These sites are run by God. Why? When power comes, it will go up, power goes. So we pray God, they should not come. But this is the light way. But what we did was, they all started working on putting new power plants, new batteries. And then that is what, see, now we have some money to invest in power plant battery. We have done that effectively. We have ensured that this circuits are all, now BTs are all up and running.
Yes.
Now here comes the tragic story. We went and we saw a few of the batteries. Why I am sharing this information is, most of your executives, please go back to your sections and then you can also check if something is happening. A new battery which was just installed maybe 3 months back, it was not performing. It was always off because, as I told, especially for few circles, we were almost having an online system of monitoring the BTS. What went wrong, power plant out, battery out, etc. And we found some of the, I'm not telling you some other circle. We found that the battery was new, the power plant was new, but the BTS was going down. So then I told some of my team to have a check. And they did some rating, they checked. Friends, it's unfortunate to see that 4 of the batteries were removed and there are 4 old batteries put into it. It's a fact in the field. You can go and check. I don't know how many of these sites are there. Friends, we should be conscious of these elements around us. These are the elements who try to disturb the fabric of profitability. The fabric gets disturbed, again it will stop. This could be even by our own competitors, we never know. It could be by planted elements, never know. But we need to be vigilant on such changes also in the long run. Let me quickly touch upon what we foresee. Now, as we clearly see, I have already told enough. If revenue improves, my profit improves. So this time, friends, we have given consciously roughly close to 30,000 crores as our target. It's not achievable. Why it is not achievable? We can still break it down. I think once you all go back, please have discussion with your CGMs, GMs, PGMs. Get your own targets on your own division. Like for example, when the world is talking about 5G, I rolled out 5G. We are completely going on a different angle of offering internet lease line on 5G. Or the test is up. And internal person is also around there. The world was wondering what is PMTN and BSNL trying to do in 5G NAS. I don't know how many of you are aware of 5G NAS. It's called Network as a Service. We do not have money, but we want 5G. Some people supported us, government, everyone, strongly supported us. Some people ridiculed us, and this is a very big story to see whether we'll be successful or not. Friends, I am proud to say, yesterday we have issued APO for 5G NAS in Delhi. Now, this is the first stepping stone for similarly we are planning for 32 cities, which I am very sure will come. The next very important thing which our BSNL we are targeting is very important, digital transformation. And personally, I should thank all our board of directors, Director CFA, Director CM, Director BB, HR is everyone is supporting on this digital transformation, which means, friends, nowhere year after CM is a separate, CFA is a separate, EB is a separate. We are trying to build in a common infrastructure across the country. It is on virtualization and distributed environment, which will ensure even your normal voice call happens through the server, your MME, your 4G happens, your lease line happens. So the technology we are building on it. A few other things we are also trying to do is tying up with some private vendors, PPP partnership in our asset monetization. We have already signed an agreement with NBCC for construction of some commercial flats, residential flats and commercial complexes. More is yet to come, but still it is all at the beginning. What I'm trying to say, we're all trying to do different things. I want each one of you also to come up what we do. Friends, you're also aware, for the first time we went abroad also. We can say that we are now doing BSNL international because we backed a $1 million. I think most of you are aware, or if you're not aware, we backed a 1 million order for offering consultancy services in a few African countries. Yeah. The order is given and the payment is going up. So what friends I'm trying to say is that trust, Secretary told, is trust factor. And what is the price? We are here to serve. These two things will take us to great heights, I'm very sure. Of course, I know you're all eager to see about the HR issues. I'm coming to the last. Friends, the next, taking each one of you into confidence, we are embarking on a complete another journey where every district we will have some sort of a training centers for the government. So we are also tying on that particular thing. Just putting these are the new areas which you are working on. How many of you are aware of ONDC? We may also become a partner in ONDC platform for offering rural services in the enterprise. Again on connectivity. So each one of this requires what is the LP required? Now, the bill collection counters, there is a government scheme for to register into the particular area. So we are also ensuring such government work of registering leadership course. VRS scheme. Okay, again another VRS scheme. Physical conservation. For which I will give us small tips. We are all been quite some time. You should have daily, some sort of a daily habit of visiting some places, exchanges, motivating your people, maybe because they look upon you. It's very simple calculation. We have close to around 29,000, or still 29,000 executives. Each one of the executives contribute 1 crore. Our target of 29,000 crores is achieved. Very simple. And it is possible or not? It is possible. Yes or no? Yes, sir. Yes, it's possible. So that is the, what I'm trying to see, I am not a leader. I am also a worker along with you. Helping you to build the block, spread it and let us all build together. That's a journey. I like the commitment. That leads to one very last question is, what is my, I don't know whether your GMs or CMs had an opportunity to address you on this front. I've been driving on a very important parameter this year is going to be revenue per employee. What as an employee each one of you is going to bring back to BSNL. That includes you this year. What is the revenue per employee? So can I make my maximum customer satisfaction? Now for example, we should slightly become a bit more. In the CFA sector, you know, I don't know, those days you know, the linemen know exactly this customer's group. You should have a personal touch on this customers. Say I have a group of 100 customers. Can I cross-sell my, what is it, some EV lines or my mobile connections to it? It can help. So that is, this cross-selling option should also be explored by each one of you. That's what, put friends from tomorrow onwards. Put yourself into a shoe as a real BSNL, you're all real BSNL business persons working here. What way I can increase my revenue? If you are a CM guy, you have a close associate with the CM or the mobile guys. You see, says, can you not pack FTTH with you? And if it is a FTTH guy, you have to say, can I not pack mobile with you? And of course, all going to be data driven, we're going to have a long things happen. With all said and done, the critical factor of HR always remains the small stumbling block in our efforts. Friends, you can be rest be assured. This is the right opportunity. You have seen the speeches given by secretaries, ministers. The right organization where the government and the administrative ministries in faith meet politics. And this is the time where we can have issues, whatever they get settled. Of course, as Mr. rightly pointed, the two key burning issues. Of course, one is the PRC, there is the changing environment. These, actually, as you know, this is a bit the DOD side, which again we will see how effectively we take it and push it. During the PRC, I was just discussing with them what are the financial impact. Because we need to go back to the government and say what is going to be my financial. I've been specifically discussing this point of PRC to a number of institutions within the government. Going to the other, what is it, ministers, cabinet, all this is an option. Why we keep trying this option. But that is the easiest option available if also we can do it, which is our making ourselves profitable. That's that. Even if I had an opportunity to discuss with one of our friends, the DOP, he was very, very candid on telling a few of couple things. If the company has to get PRC, what needs to be? Because these are the people who actually push up and put up the papers. Why we still try our best, keep trying. What we can do in PRC. I think I was telling if you achieve 55,000, ministers commented, yes. I think I also taken this case a couple of times. We will do all that is possible. But also, friends, you should also think the other way. As I told you, you will see something happening next week on our results, profit results. That should really, I don't know, probably encourage each one of you to go in each direction. I'm very, very confident the roadmap and the efforts of each one of you, what you have done so far, will definitely go a long way. And the dream of what we want to achieve in either of the two ways. I don't want to be committed on either of the two ways. What are the two ways also ask here? I'm not going to tell you. In either of the two ways, I strongly feel is definitely possible. And this possibility, again I'm driving this point again and again. This year is going to be really critical. Why I'm trying to say this? The curve is complex. Now, next year, as per finances, we have another 2,000 will come from this. And we reach a small cluster. That's it. And I'm very confident that we will become profitable. Not this year, at least, at least in the next. Not this. Yeah. So, yeah, I know that. So, friends, for this to happen, I think ministers already told. Each one of us did a lot of sacrifices. We have done a lot of sacrifices. I know, even GBL, everywhere we have come. There is really a discipline coming up. Whatever small things possible, we will be able to achieve. I think you probably aware cases which were pending for years have been cleared off. We did it. I used to always say my thing. I will not think that we are doing it. No, it is you are doing it. Because what we did was, what is easily possible, bring it first, we will get it. Now, I've been requesting all the associations also. We are close to around 8,004 cases going on. Now, if you see the vacancies in different sectors, maybe they are PGM or one of the key aspects is also promotional aspects. While the other two which we are still trying, doing our best to the government, there is one element. This element is purely within us. We have how many? 300, 400 vacancies to be filled up. Friends, all of us had some pain in the past. All of us had some sufferings at some point. At the right time, I think all of you should also come around together. Give some peaks and valleys. As I told you, I have no shame in explaining today because today we close door and whatever I want. The moment we try to give some promotions, AO to CEO, or any promotion, you have somebody going to report us. Friends, who are they? They are also our own brothers, our own sisters. Associations should play a major role in these particular things. And we are open for that. I think more than you, my director, Kalyan Sagar, is very open. Bring everything together. Let us all sit down together and solve the problem. Yes, we can settle it. So what I request in the HR portion is, two people should shout out. What are the small things which could be easily achieved? Getting, what is it, laptops. This is not a major thing. This is any way. Personal satisfaction, promotions, ingredients, whatever we call it. Maybe we are also working on can we incentivize people. We'll come up with some reason once we reach the position. So when all this happened, as you rightly told, when I was speaking on assets, my BSNL, our BSNL's asset is not only land and buildings, it is each one of them. No doubt on it. No doubt. That let us not have any doubt on it. you people are happy and you contribute even whatever is possible, delta increment, automatically you can see a company grow big. So I will not take much theme, but we will definitely be, I think we will definitely be more and more compassionate to do whatever is possible in each other, as long as within the WG. The promotion is long awaited, we are gaining. Still no issue. Let us see what are the basic factors. Karan came back one and told, sir, we drew a list of which are the top 5 revenue yielding circles. Which are Maharashtra, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka. And we drew up a list of the officers executives. Friends, you will be shocked to know one of the circles that contribute, which was having a sanctioned post of 640, had only 320 people working. And one of the circles which had only 40 sanctioned posts, we had 130 people working. Disturbing and shuffling is not our interest. We have to understand. We don't get anything by disturbing somebody from shifting one executive from this. No. Friends, please see yourself. My request to each one of you is, maybe we can bring in a proper policy. I have no problem. We can bring a proper policy. Every after one or 2 years, after the cycle of rotation, no problem. We should all work together in this. And that policy of assurance will definitely go on. Of course, there are small. I used to tell all who meets me, even individuals who are meeting me, if you have a independent concept, sir, you don't want that circle, this near circle, which is a decision circle, we are more than glad to come. My only request to you, look BSNL. If you want to go anywhere in the deficit circles, we are more than glad. Kindly understand the plight of BSNL, where we have 40 sanction posts, 113 people working. I did a survey of the people working. Some, if you have no sanction posts, even you don't have places to work and sit there. And then I asked, what is the interest of these people coming here? The interest was very simple, sir. I will come in 2 weeks and then I go back. Friends, if this is the policy, it is changed. Wherever you go after 2 years, you go, give an option. I'm not connecting it. I'm telling you, you should come out with some openness to see that probably existing news that transfers could be merged with anywhere, any circle, anyone can come back 1 year, 2 years. So at that BSNL interest is served, your interest is served. I think these conferences should deliberate those things. Go back, discuss. But again, I am trying to be more concentrated and compared to see that wherever possible, we ensure we do whatever the organization is benefited, is right in telling it BSNL first. Because if imagine a circle that gives me 25% of my profit, having 648 people take sanction posts, having 323. If you are in the position, I'm very sure you will also say, no, at least give. No, we are not filling all 300. We will only fill at least 20, 30. That is what has been done. And I'm very sure this also should be taken in the right stride for BSNL. All of us are working very hard for BSNL. The last I want to conclude, friends, whatever may be the grievances between you, Director HR, or me, we should remain different. No point going out in the media. You all understand very, very important thing. Again I'm telling, I have no shame in telling this. It was a lot of struggle to project BSNL in the space which it has today in the media world.
Yes, definitely.
Trust me. How many of you have noticed how the social media has grown in the last few years? We have projected BSNL. Of course, we know we project, one person will come and curse us, no problem. But still, friends, you have to understand, there are three types of generations: the X, Y, and the senior most. The last leg of the senior most solution, always they are the BSNL, will be with. But the X and Y generation, X, Y, Z generations. I hope you all are aware what is this generation, X, Y, Z. This is the birth year. These generations, they are more timidly worried based upon what comes on the social media. They get carried. Now friends, touch your heart and tell me, in the month of every month, did you not work really? Did you not really contribute to BSNL? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. The month of February, it was an FTTH month. Whatever possible, did each one of you not try to do your best? Yes, sir. Yes. We are not naming month for the sake of naming. Network improvement, remember. So we have some months available. Ready for directors or anyone or PGMs, it was all done by you. You came up and told we should. Yeah, friends, the khichdi is not for outside world. Friends, the khichdi is not for outside world. It is cutting your own head. I am very sure each one of you are 100% how much efforts it has taken to bring BSNL to this media life. Many of you are aware, direct device. BSNL was the first operator in this people. We got it. It was spoken even in the close conference halls of Silicon Valley. The profit which we made last quarter, I don't want to name it. There's a board of discussions going on in Indonesia, drone telecom. Some of this, one of our persons, one Indian from the foreign service student, first person they asked me, is it true after 5 years? Again, the efforts what that officer was doing. It is the dedication of BSNL employees which was made possible. Now, everything, again telling you, on behalf of my board of directors also I can say, none of us think that we are leaders to lead you, but we are not leaders. We are also workers working among you. You see that we achieved a part of this. Which means, if you write against yourself, you are writing against your own brothers and sisters. So this few words of advice, restrain ourselves. My humble request to each one of you, next 2 years, 1 year is a crossing mark, next year is the real money coming month. This is what I visualize. Next 2 years, kindly see, not even 1% negative thing should come because of our own needs. If that happens, good thing. Friends, with these few words, I'm glad to say the future is bright. We have put the roadmap properly. The government is supporting. The money is coming. It is no mean what the secretary was telling. I had at least close to a few secretaries meeting who were all willing to come back to BSNL and give this message. Let us rise together. Even if we drop, we are all drop together. This is a very, very important thing. It is either, what we pour water, green shoots come. We keep on going.
Okay.
Friends, believe me, trust me, the green shoots have started coming. You will even see next week also, you will see what. These green shoots has to be pampered a bit and grown. Otherwise, this will wither away. If this wither away, there is no more. With these few words, let us all look forward to a very valiant BSNL, a vibrant BSNL, a smart ecosystem which will set the contours of the telecom and the IT sector. We have a dream. Help us to reach the dream. And if the dream becomes a reality, we would have touched not 30,000 crores. We will touch target of 50,000 crores. Thank you.
I think I request, let us give a big hand round standing ovation to our CMD sir. A great leader, a great motivational speaker who is having a deep knowledge of roots which will generate the fruits for the BSNL. We have